Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the final practice and qualifying session, group number 4, as we have a little bit of overcast coming over the USA. We saw it at the end of group number 3. Hopefully we do not get rain to end off the practice and qualifying sessions. Really hoping we don't. You can see, you got Brocky right here. You also got his driver's hauler right here. Actually, fun fact, these drivers have actually managed to fit two cars each into each hauler, like the teammates, the 86 right behind of Nook and also the 93 Zach. Those guys had to ride in an FSR hauler together. No backups unless you have a different hauler with two other cars. So basically still the same amount of haulers, just two cars driving in each, so that way you don't have to try and back up each car at the same time. If the 86 gets damaged, well, you have to pull out the number 86. If this 93 gets damaged, you have to pull out the 93. Just a fun fact right there. But here we go. Light, the number 7 optic machine. Gonna be the first driver to try and fill out the last half of either Heat 3 or Heat 4. Optic Gaming looking great on the side of that number 7 Chevrolet for Chin Motorsports. I know Chin Motorsports is not a Dodge, but it was just a last second. Corey LaJoy was in the area, offered to give him his car, so Light driving a Chevrolet while the rest of his teammates are driving Dodges, I guess. Down the front straightaway, 2 minutes to go already in practice and qualifying. Number 4, final group to practice and qualify for the Clash, which will be on Friday. Make sure that you tune in as well. Race will be posted around the races. If you're in the Discord server, will be happening Tuesday for Heat 1 and 2, Wednesday for Heat 3 and 4, Thursday will be the LCQ, Friday will be the Clash itself, but you will not be seeing that if you are not in the Discord server. You will only be seeing them the day after they are on the YouTube channel, because that's what we do. We record the races beforehand, then we post the races on YouTube the day after. So that's the benefits of being in the Iris Discord, linked down in the description of all the recent videos as well. All 4 of the videos for practice and qualifying will be having the Iris Discord down below in the description. Make sure you go ahead and check it out, so that way you can also check in on the Iris Modified Series. 3 races to go in that series until we crown a champion for the first season of that. Currently, right now, Santos, who we just saw have a great run in the 3rd practice and qualifying session, holds on to the championship lead in that. Make sure you do not miss the championship battle in the last 3 races of the Iris Modified Series for the officials. 3 minutes into practice and qualifying group number 4. Rocky, the number 71 for Chin Motorsports, looking strong. Well, not really looking strong. He's currently holding on to 8th place right now. Jumps up 1 spot over Justin Haley, the Walmart Ford. Only 1 Walmart car now this season, as Troy, not driving the D1 anymore. He's a D2 driver. Very sad to see that. It's not sad to see Brocky doing good. Once again, he's done good before here. Back when he was driving the number 88 in Season 2, I believe. Rocky was running good here in the Clash, actually did pretty well in the heats. Ended up not winning the Clash, but he's still been a past winner as he hits the outside wall. A rookie error from a veteran driver in the Sim Series. Something must be wrong with that Chin Motorsports number 71. He's running a lot lower than he should be right now. We've also got one of the Pontiacs back here, the 93 all over the rear of Grimmy. That 93 just working that rear bumper in practice. It's not what you want to do, especially if you're going to be in a heat with the guy. If you're going to do that, at least finish top 5 when he finishes in the bottom 5 of this practice session, so that way you don't have to deal with him in the heats. He's going to do it again! The bumper to the back of him, Zach, who used to drive number 29 for DRC. He's now putting the bumper to the back of the number 8, and he's still all over Grimmy. Not giving up that rear bumper. Sends it in again. Grimmy trying to get away. He does for a little bit. Zach's still backing off. Zach's the 2nd fastest car. That's why he's doing this. He's trying to get Grimmy out of his way. He sees half the time left remaining on the block. This practice session's been going by looking like a lot faster than the last couple. Just so entertaining when how these guys just race each other, knowing that it's practice, but they also got to see how the other guy races. don't know how he races you, and then you get blindsided in the heats. It's looking like your clash hopes are over. So if you get the opportunity right now, go ahead and try to battle the guy who's right behind you, right with, to see if you're in the heat with him, how they battle you and how they will race you in a determination position. 4.5 minutes to go coming up on in regulation time. We will have an extra, I think, 30 or so seconds in bonus time after that. So 5 minutes altogether left remaining in practice and qualifying. Heat number, or group number 4. And there goes Grimmy up the track again. He's almost into the wall, but here comes the 93 of Zach again for Front Street Racing. Front Street? Front Street, right? Yeah, Front Street Racing. Whoa! Wide goes the 93. Look out for that outside wall. Keeps it off of it, but he has to lose a lot of ground. Justin Haley goes to the top of the charts. And now the top 3 all separated by 6 1,000s each. Haley separated by 6 1,000s over second place. Jimmy Johnson, who's separated by 6 1,000s over the 93 of Zach. And we have a tie for third. The 86 of Nook ties with his teammate for third. That is now the 3rd time we have seen a tie in practice and qualifying today for the Clash. That just shows how even some of these guys are and how amazing some of this racing will be. We've seen great side-by-side battles in the USA before, but I think Season 4 might be the best season ever for the Sims series. With how many drivers we're going to have, how many different winners we could have. I definitely know Zach's going to be a first-time winner this season. The speed he's holding in a short track like the USA right now, there is no doubt in my mind that 93 will be atop the podium. 3 minutes to go, technically 3.5. Just ahead, Justin Haley still holds on. Todd Gilliland all over the back of 71, puts the bumper to the back of him, entering 1 and 2, but that 71 just holds the brake. Todd Gilliland back bumper. That back bumper, that 71 is going to have to be replaced after Todd Gilliland's done with it. Gilliland, the Aaron's Dream Machine, still not done with the back of the 71. He's still right there. This is what I was talking about. Want to battle these guys so that way you know how they will race you. And right now, Todd Gilliland looking like he's going to be a contender to fight with that 71. He's definitely faster than them. But Brocky goes faster. It is now 7th and 8th place for these two that are battling. Todd Gilliland backs off. Talking like it's the Clash race right now. Like they're battling for the win, but they're not. They're just battling to see who's faster than one another. And Brocky now 8 1,000 slower than Gilliland. Brocky is slowly gaining. Just like I said, Brocky could be a long-run car. Todd Gilliland could be a short-run car. Brocky proves it by leapfrogging. Front Row Motorsports, FRM, now drops 2 spots. Zane Smith goes 7. Gilliland goes 8. Brocky goes 6, and he's hungry for more. Can he pass Jeff Burton? Jeff Burton won the Atlanta race in Season 3 before the restart for Season 4. And now only 1 1,000 separates the cut line between Heat 3 and Heat 4. Brocky jumps to the top of the charts! What a jump! Oh man! By 26 1,000ths of a second, Brocky leapfrogged from 6th on the charts all the way up to the top, and he's still gaining time. He gained, yet he's still gaining again. I think that was another 8 1,000ths. Brocky, we are going to see a Dodge on the top step. We are going to see 4 different manufacturers end up on the top step of the podium in the first 4 practice and qualifying sessions of the season. It's been Ford, then it went Chevrolet, then it went Toyota, and it's looking like Chin Motorsports, the team owner for Chin Motorsports. Todd Gilliland went faster too. Brocky almost tied the same time that we just saw Denny Hamlin lay down in group number 3. Brocky is not letting off. He is whipping this horse. Doesn't go faster this time, but that Dodge Charger getting the use out of it. He is getting the most out of that Dodge Charger number 71 for Chin Motorsports, and it is proven to be worthy. Brocky goes from outside of contention for heat number 3. He then cements himself inside of heat number 3 by over half a tenth over Todd Gilliland, who also looked like he wasn't even going to make heat number 1. Now look at him. Only 5/10 behind first place. Todd Gilliland goes from 8th place all the way up to 2nd within 1 lap of seeing Brocky get the lead. That is what's so amazing about practice and qualifying for this series, is you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what driver is going to push their limits, and now you have just seen greatness. Brocky being one of the first drivers I've seen to jump from the bottom to the top. First time since Spacey did it last season. Jimmy Johnson sets the last time. And ladies and gentlemen, that will mean
drivers
Brocky
to your
takes
cars.
over the 6th spot in heat number 3. As we go through our field right now, it was a tie at the cutoff line because of Gilliland and Brocky jumping up, meaning Zach and Nook, we might have to see a tiebreaker. I've never had to do this before, but we might have to see a tiebreaker race between Zach and Nook. Just those two dueling each other out. All right, let's do like 10 laps, 10-lap duel between Zach and Nook, just to make this interesting, make it worthwhile. What a race for the top steps. But right now, let's go through it. On the top spot, you got Brocky, a 13.340, takes up the 6th slot in heat number 3. He will be qualifying 6th. That means qualifying 7th, taking up the 7th slot. Todd Gilliland, 13.392, the only guys to break 13.4, and then the first guy to not break 13.4. Justin Haley had the lead for a lot of heat or group number 4. 13.404 for Justin Haley. He takes up the 8th slot in heat number 3. Jimmy Johnson takes up the 9th slot in heat number 3 with a 13.410, only 6/10 behind him. Zach and Nook, who will be racing it out to see who will be taking the 10th and final spot in heat 3 and who will be taking the 6th slot in heat number 4. All we know is 7th slot, Jeb Burton, a 13.419, only 3/1000ths behind those guys. And then 10/100ths behind Jeb Burton. Zane Smith, the other FRM machine, going to be taking the 8th slot in heat number 4. 9th place, Grimmy will be taking the 9th slot in the number 8 machine, 13.498. The first driver to break 13.5, and then the last driver did not even break 13.5. Didn't even break 13.55. Light, the number 7, will round out the final heat number 4, qualifying last. 13.560 will be Light's time, as we will go on to the race to determine who will be in this event in heat 3 or heat 4. Will it be Zach in heat 3 or Nook in heat 3? You just gotta sit and wait real quick, because we are about to do that right now. You see behind the scenes right here. Here we go. Ten-lap dash is what it's going to be between Nook and Zach. FSR going to be fighting it out for the final transfer.
Your cars. Drivers to your cars.
Here we go. The Toyota Camry pace car has the two Pontiacs, the 86 and the 93. For the first time in Iris Sim Series history, we will see a tiebreaker race to see who makes Heat 3 and Heat 4, as they are round 3 and 4 side by side. Down the front straightaway, the 10-lap tiebreaker race. Through the years they go. We're green for the tiebreaker from Lewison. Entering 1 and 2, the 86 of Nook goes high. Zach stays to the bottom. Nook gonna get her on the high line. Still side by side at the end of 3 and 4. Zach slides up the track. Nook gonna get almost into the wall. He has to brake heavily. He's still up the track. That's gonna hold Nook up. Zach takes a big lead away. Nook only gonna have 8 laps to go this time to try and hunt down the number 93, his teammate of Zach. Down the front straightaway, their gap this time. 0.63, more than half a second, but Nook definitely has the faster car. He's slowly gaining on his teammate. Down the front straightaway again, 7 laps to go this time. The gap now at the line, 0.58. Nook gains 5/100th, but is it going to be enough? Zach gains again down the back, entering 3 and 4. Zach still has the advantage, over half a second gap. That is the fight. Nook loses a 100th, but he keeps it tight to the inside. Zach arcs the corner, gets the runoff down the back. Nook holds the lower line, but he slides it up down the front straight. It's going to show right here. Nook goes wide. Zach holds it tighter. Nook goes wider through the corner, trying to copy what his teammate just did. He gained that 100th back, but he loses it again this time. Down the front straightaway, 4 laps to go in the first ever tiebreaker race in the Iris Sim Series. For the positions in Heat 3, the final slot in Heat 3, and the 6th slot in Heat number 4. 3 laps to go this time, and it's looking like Zach, who was above Nook at the time that we took the times. Looking like Zach's going to stay the final slot in Heat number 1, and Nook will be going into Heat number 4. FSR, looking like they will be going into different heats, maybe. One of them will have their team owner, the other will not. Down the front straightaway, white flag in the air. One more time around for the tiebreaker. Through 1 and 2, Zach just has to hold his all. Down on the inside, down the front straightaway. Or now down the back, down into 3 and 4. It's over. Zach, you are the winner of the first ever tiebreaker race in Iris Sim Series history, and you will be in Heat number 3 on the Wednesday, not Tuesday. On Wednesday. A great way to end off practice and qualifying sessions. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for today. I am Johnny, signing us off one more time at the Lee USA Speedway after the first ever tiebreaker race. And I will see you Tuesday for Heat 1 and Heat 2 for the Iris Sim Series Clash Race for Season 4.